Welcome back to one more episode of Building with Rome. Today, I'm gonna share with you a tough decision that me and Andrew did on one of my projects. We decided to kill this project. And on today's episode, I want to reflect with you why we decided that, and especially which lessons we took from this experience, so that we don't fail again in a new project. So back in December, Andrew was here with me, and we decided to work on a project together. We love to build things. So he's also a developer. We have worked in the past together. He was visiting me. We decided, let's do a mini hackathon. And we didn't have a concrete idea. We didn't have a concrete problem to tackle. So he said, yeah, let's try to find something that we want. Let's try to find a domain, a technology, a place that we want to work with, and try to learn and try to build a project together. That's what we did. We decided, brainstorming together, we decided to take the video technology, Remotion in particular, and try to build a project that could involve AI and building videos automatically. So as you can see, there's already a tendency here for something that you should never do as a builder. But I'll come back to this again later. So by continuing brainstorming, we also come to which space do you want to build this. We decide the technology, first part. Now, which space do you want to build? By brainstorming and keep finding ideas, we came to the space of e-commerce and decided to build a tool around Shopify that could create promotional videos for product pages. Basically, you share your product page and we automatically create a video based on the content that's on this page, using AI, using Remotion, mixing pictures together with the specific content and create a video. And it worked. It worked. We were quite happy with the result, proud, as every builder is when they finish the first version, that it's gonna change the world. That's what we are feeling. Fast forward 4 months today, we had paying customers. That's true. That's already a very good achievement for a project, because most of the times it's the willingness to pay is not there. But we were able to get a little bit of revenue, not a lot to be really honest, or very few customers, but someone paid for it. Some people paid for it. So it's a good achievement in that sense. But we slowly start to lose the traction, start to lose people coming in. And if we didn't do anything, we didn't have any channel for people to come in. And we were really having difficulties in making a constant inflow of people coming in and also keeping our motivation working well. And yesterday I had a call with Andrew. It was really, really good call. We shared what we're feeling about the project, how things went, how is our relationship going, which is really good. We worked in the past together. We have very good way of working together. So it was nothing regarding that. But how we feel about this project, also doing this as a side project, it's also not obvious. And the involvement of each one is also different. So we completely share transparently to each other how we were feeling about it and what's our motivation for the future. And we came to the conclusion that maybe this is not a project that we should keep going on. This is not a project that will succeed, and that we don't find, or we don't feel that there's a fit between this project and us working on it. So we took the tough decision of stopping this project. The project is still online, but we are, in our minds, this is not a project that we will keep developing it. It's not easy to stop a project, especially because you always have some hope that this is gonna work, and yeah, just one more effort and we'll be able to make it. But this just one more effort has been lagging for several weeks already. So you need to be honest with yourself and to know when it's time to stop. When you feel that this motivation is no longer there and it's you that it's forcing you to push this project forward. If you would have had some dozens of customers, for example, some people that was providing feedback, some traction, some users liking our project, we don't have anyone that loves our project. So if no one else loves our project, it's just the two of us, why are we keep working on it? Doesn't make sense. It's something that it's not going to work at the end. especially because we are not even the users of this product. None of us has a Shopify store. So if we would have a Shopify store and we would also build it because we need it, of course, you can keep building it as your own little tool if you want. But we wanted this to be a business, and there's no business here. So that's the wisest decision that we can have, is to stop this project, because there's no future on it. So it's tough. It's hard to take this decision. It's not the easiest one, but I think it was the right one at this moment. And if someone else wants to take it over, or if at some point suddenly we see an opportunity and see some interest from customers, from other people, maybe we can take it again. But for now, this is not our priority at all. This project is dead in our minds. We'll not keep developing it. And this frees our mind for our next projects. And this space that you get in your mind, and this freedom that you get in your mind, is really, really good for you to progress on the other projects. And also take into account the learnings that we get from this experience, which there are quite a lot of them. And that's what I want to share with you now. So the first lesson that we took from this experience is to start with a problem, not your technology. As I shared, we start this project because we wanted to work with the technology. We didn't want to solve a problem by heart. We wanted to play with the technology. And if you want to do that, just do that as a hobby, don't do that as a business, because we wanted to create a business. But if we do that by starting with the technology, it's already a very, very bad start. And I feel embarrassed, to be honest, of making this mistake after building a startup and not being a first-time founder. So this is a little bit embarrassed personally, but we all do that. And I think I will still do that, because we are builders and we want to have fun and we want to learn and we want to play with new technology. But don't make it as part of making a business. If you want to make a business, solve a problem. If you want to learn and have fun, build around the technology. So that's a basic mistake that we did it, and we should really think about it in the future. And not only about the technology, we did a second mistake inside this category of not starting with a problem. Okay, we choose a technology, we choose AI and video editing, or building or making videos. And then we need to find, okay, we're going to do videos for what? And then by brainstorming, we come to the e-commerce space and doing promotional videos for product pages. So we didn't have barely any experience on e-commerce. I never built a store, nor Andre did. He worked with some e-commerce customers in the past, but not very deeply involved in it. So we didn't know anything about this space, what we wanted to do. So that's also a very red flag to start a business, is that you don't know the space. You don't know what are the problems of your customers, because we were not even a customer ourselves. So it was already, we should have reflected about it when we started the project, and not 4 months after starting it. So this for sure was the worst decision that we took, to start a project around the technology and in a space that we don't master at all. We don't have connections, that we don't have knowledge. So this was already a recipe for a disaster. But we kept going on, and then we got some traction, a little bit of traction that gave us some hope and some motivation to keep going on. And we were working with trendy technology, so that also gives us some motivation, but not something that it's tangible or it can be successful. So this is the lesson number 1 that I take from this experience. It's written in all books of entrepreneurship, but I think all of us go through it, and I did it again, and I hope to not do it again in the future, but you never know. The second lesson that I learned from this experience is to prioritize distribution channels and the customer acquisition. Okay, even if we failed on starting with a technology in a space that we didn't know, we could have thought, okay, how can we get to customers? Even if you don't have connection, there are possibilities to get into those customers. For example, if we are just focused on Shopify apps, maybe doing a Shopify app on their marketplace would be a good choice. But we didn't do it like that. We did our own standalone project. We receive a link for a product page. We extract this information from Shopify content, and there we go. We have the information, and we keep the video. We do that on our standalone corner, and the product is working. Is good. It creates a video by just giving a URL. So that's fantastic. But how can we get to the people? How can we get to the Shopify owners? So we didn't think about it in the beginning or since day one, because if we have done that, instead of building this product on our own app, we could have done directly on the Shopify marketplace, so that it would be a native Shopify app, and we would have automatically the distribution available from their marketplace. And I shared in a previous episode about distribution channels, because at some point we noticed this and decided, let's try to do a Shopify app directly native on the marketplace. We did that first by just trying to encapsulate what we did, but it was not really using any of the Shopify APIs. It didn't pass the approval system. So we decided afterward, let's try to really make a native app, learn about it, doing it. But we were already on the downward trend of our motivation in this project. So we were not motivated enough to learn another technology and really make a native app. It's not super complex, it's not the biggest challenge in the world, but our motivation was not there. We would need to learn from scratch how to do this app, and we don't have any connection. We don't have any hope to do anything else in the future on the Shopify. Maybe we could, if we really get experts in it, and you could really get into a domain that you are not familiar and become an expert. There are a lot of examples. Just requires dedication and intrinsic motivation to do that. Something that we didn't have. It's not a domain that we are passionate about, the e-commerce. So even if we try, if you are not intrinsically motivated for it, it will be really hard for you to be engaged and being super active on that space. So we tried to do it. We have some things working on the Shopify native application. It works. We can go to have an app on their dashboards from your product, generate a video. It works already. But we have been lagging a lot of time, a lot of weeks doing this app. So you need to move fast, and you need to really, because you need to get to the customers fast or quickly, but you also need to feed your dopamine by being able to launch quickly and do things quickly. The more you take, the less dopamine you get from your own development. And this is crucial if you want to keep progressing. And that's also a big mistake that we did, to not think about these distribution channels and how we're going to acquire customers since day one. Because we didn't have this marketplace presence, we decided to do some outreach and say, okay, we're going to make it. We're going to scrape lists of Shopify stores, generate personalized videos for them, and send them by email, and everybody, oh, there's a video for us, we're going to love it and click it and do it and run it. First, most of the emails never get any answers. The one that gets answered are automatic answers, because we got the script that we created, got their support emails and so on. So not really personalized or founders presence. The customer that we got came from this outreach. Yes, true. But it's not a sustainable channel to keep progressing. And that comes to the third lesson that we learned from this experience, that we failed as well. So you should invest in SEO and content marketing from day one. You should invest in an organic channel that allows you to get constant inflow of new leads. Either the marketplace, where you have already this distribution channel, or invest in SEO. Invest in a way that you find out what people are looking for, and you can inject content in those research, and people are coming to your product and afterwards can use your product. But we didn't do anything there. We said, yeah, SEO takes time. If you don't, should not start immediately with SEO because it takes 6 months to work on, and you don't see the results. So it's not a good way to validate your market, your product, and so that's the easy way to, or the easy excuse that we had to not work on SEO, because SEO it requires a lot of effort. It takes time to work and requires a lot of effort, but it really works, and it's something that works constantly or in a recurrent way. And you don't need, once it's there, once you start putting the engine, you need to maintain for sure. You need to keep working on it, but it generates leads for you in a systematic way. And the sooner you start, the earlier you get the results. So we developed this during 4 months. We started the project 4 months ago, and we could have already been seeing some nice results if we have started also in SEO in the beginning. And I think working with SEO also helps you understand better what people are looking for, because you should try to focus on what are the needs that people have, what are the problems that they are looking for, or what are the solution that they are looking for, and indirectly get to their problems. And you'd be able to tailor your product to the needs that you see in the market. So this is also a way for you to understand more your audience and to understand more the problems that they have. We didn't invest time on that. We are developers, especially me and Andrew. Marketing is not our thing. So especially researching and understanding the space, it's hard for us intrinsically. It's not natively, we are not generally interested by that. So this makes it even harder. So, but that's something that for my next projects, I really want to not fall into those traps again. Especially never build a product again by focusing on the technology and not on the problem. Then think how I'm going to acquire my customers. Think about these distribution channels even before starting developing anything, because this would allow me to tailor the development to a concrete distribution channel. And lastly, work on SEO from day one. Understand what people are looking for and understand their problems and build a solution around that. And at the same time, build content that could feed those needs from the people. Yeah, it was a tough decision. It's not easy. I feel embarrassed for these basic mistakes, let's say like that. But it's nice that we are able to take the decision at least, and that we don't postpone this decision just like the development of this project. That's what many people do, because they always see a little bit of hope at the end of the tunnel, and it's just one more effort and keep pushing their developments and never gets to an end and never gets any concrete results. So you stay there in this limbo that it's not good. So now my mind is a little bit more free to start something else. I'm also working on other projects that I'll keep working in it, so I'll have a little bit more space for them, but also thinking of new spaces. Especially I'm thinking more of what is the space that motivates me the most, where it is the space that I identify the most with. And this is important, to not fall into the first lesson, to not fall into building something because of the technology and understand the space. So that's what I'm trying now also to reflect with myself. I still haven't found the perfect niche that I want to work on, but I think I'm starting to get some light on that. So let's see what will come. But this was a very nice experience overall, and especially very good learnings. And I love the conversation that I had yesterday with Andrew, and I love these reflections. And for me, it's been a pleasure doing this podcast episode, a little bit longer than what I usually do. But I really like to share this type of learnings and what I feel about it. And I hope this helps everyone building projects to not fall into this trap again. So if you want to chat with me, feel free to send me a DM. I'm happy to jump on a quick call and share about, or chat about your projects. What are you thinking about it? What are you feeling about it? And trying to help guiding you somehow. So don't hesitate to ping me. It would be a pleasure. So looking forward to hear from you all. And until next time. Have a good one, everyone.